Hi, all my spell good friends. I hope everyone's doing fantastic out there today. So what I have going on here for you wonderful people today is my wax empties. Yeah, I'm actually pretty excited because all of my wax empties fit on my little table next to me, and that isn't always the case. Sometimes I have to move things in between filming to make sure everything fits in, and everything fits, so that's a good thing. These wax empties encompass all the candles, miscellaneous non-wax items, SCENTSY, and vendor wax and retail wax that I've gone through in about a week. I think it's been a week, and just today goes on to the 8th day, so really just a week because I've only put I put some retail wax in my kitchen, and I put some rose girls in my open space I've got going on in here right now, and that bag is not finished, so that's not going to be included anyway. But yeah, if you're interested in seeing what I've been warming or burning the past week, stay tuned. Alrighty guys, as usual, we'll start with the miscellaneous items like I usually do include. I have a bag of cotton balls that I finished up. The 140 count super jumbo from the Up and Up brand from Target. I buy these all the time. Every time I walk into Target, I make sure I grab some. And I also finished from Ulta Beauty the 70 jumbo size cotton balls. These were the cotton balls I was using once upon a time, which I really enjoyed. I did feel like they were quite large, but you only get 70 in this bag, and I pay the same price for literally twice as much at Target. So I started buying the Target ones. So hopefully Target sticks with keeping those, because I used to get cotton balls from Target previously, and they were pretty good. And then they somehow disappeared, and you could only get the small ones. And then all of a sudden these appeared. So hopefully they keep them. I will say the last time I was in my Target, there was not a ton of them hanging on the wall. So I hope that's not a sign. I installed 2 wallflowers. The first one was Color Weather. And these are from Bath & Body Works. This is Gingerbread Tea, Cinnamon Shortbread, and Cozy Blanket. I absolutely love this scent. I do get inconsistent performance out of the wallflowers. I bought a ton of these from the same batch, and some are doing great and some are not. This one in particular hasn't been real hefty in the smell department. My last 2 have been like that, so makes me sad because the ones prior to that were really good. And then I also installed a mango coconut. I did this downstairs because it's a summery scent, and I'm not really ready to do summery scents yet. So mango coconut coolers, white rum, sweet mandarin, and fresh coconut. I'm not getting much out of this one either. I've talked before about thinking about changing over to what I'm using to scent my bathrooms, but I won't go into that again. I'm going to also finish up a SCENTSY pod in the scent Cranberry Pumpkin Spice. These are the scent beads pods that go into like the wall diffusers or the tabletop diffusers or whatever pod diffuser SCENTSY sells, the air purifier, the new SCENTSY Air, all that good stuff. I'm really hoping this scent gets voted back in the recent Bring Back My Bar that we already voted on. It kind of bounced in and out of the top 25, so I'm a little concerned. If it doesn't make top 25, I sure hope Dan Orchard votes it in as one of the 5 extra scents, but I don't have much scent left in this, but I love this. I was lucky enough to find some of these on eBay, so I picked up a few, but oh, I love this scent. If SCENTSY brings it back. This scent was out before I had a club, so I don't have it in my club, so if SCENTSY brings it back, I would definitely club it for sure. Alright guys, that'll do it for my miscellaneous items. Let's get into my candles. Yes, my candles were not filmed separately this time. I don't have a ton, but I do have a few here to talk about. Alright, so let's start with Goose Creek, because I only have one lone candle from Goose Creek. I finished up Gingerbread Men. And this was one of their old versions with the stock photo. So Gingerbread Men does not have the scent notes on the bottom of the candle because, you know, this is pre the time that Goose Creek started to add the scent notes. But this is my favorite gingerbread candle from Goose Creek. They have a number. They have like Gingerbread Lane. They had like a gingerbread cookie that's at one time. They have like a gingerbread milkshake or something like that. There's a number of gingerbread scents with Goose Creek. But this one's my favorite. This one just gives me that warm, cakey, It is a little bit spicy. It's gingerbread, so there's a little bit of spice going on there. But it's just that warm, cakey, soft gingerbread vibe, more so than that hard, like ginger snap vibe. And that's my favorite kind of gingerbread. So I really enjoy this one. I have multiples in my collection. Throw was pretty decent on this one. I would say about a 7. I did have to finish it up under my lamp, so that's why those wicks are like really crazy. Nice and clean now, but I had to remove some wax because it started to get dirty when I got to about a third of the way down. Goose Creek candles, I find that you really have to keep their wicks like really literally too short, like nubs. Because if you don't, they just soot like it's insanely crazy. So I think some of the newer candles have done a little better. And sometimes I find better performance in these older ones. It's like any candle company, it's hit or miss. But this is a favorite. I pick it up in both wax melts and the candles. So even if I don't decide to burn the candle, I'll still pick it up and I'll chop it up to melt it. But yeah, it's a favorite. And like I said, I'll enjoy it over and over. That's Gingerbread Men. Cute, cute label. All right, and the one other candle that I only have one of is from ScentWorx, and this is in their old format, which I love a lot better than their current format. And by the way, if you are into ScentWorx, they are currently being sold at Walmart. So this is Christmas Cocoa and Cream. And as you can see, these jars are just so aesthetically beautiful. Really love the jars, but I did decide that I'm going to use up the rest of what I have of ScentWorx in my collection, and then I'm going to just kind of be done with this brand. This, if you don't already know, is by Harry Slackens. So it's from the same maker as the Homeworks line candles. And of course, Harry Slacken used to be with Bath & Body Works. So Christmas Cocoa and Cream has notes of, I think are on the bottom. It is. Dark cocoa powder, warm milk chocolate, sugared marshmallow, and vanilla cream. So I use the I Collect Everything app to kind of track my candles and my wax. And the last time I burned this, I rated it. I have a 5-star rating system. 5-star means I absolutely love it. I will absolutely purchase it again. And I rated this a 5-star. But this one, I don't know what was up with this one. It started out great. Absolutely beautiful, warm, yummy, hot cocoa scent. I would say it's a bit more creamier than a lot of your hot cocoa scents. Because a lot of hot cocoa scents do smell a little powdery. And I don't mind that. They smell like the hot cocoa powder, and I'm fine with that. This smelled more like it had milk in it, and it does say cream. I mean, Bath & Body Works does too, but it does say cream. And it did come across to my nose as like a creamy version of a hot cocoa, and I really like that. Not super strong, so it's interesting. I did rate it 5 stars because sometimes I go a little lower if it throws not well, or sometimes I'll rate it 5 stars, but I'll make a note about the throw. So not super strong in the throw department, but I find that these ScentWorx candles, most of them are not super strong on the throw. They do okay. But this one, once I got to probably just a little before this point, and maybe you can see it through the jar how far I got. You see I have quite a bit of wax left that I could actually finish. Once I got there, I just really started to get a burnt smell out of this. And then it was funny because then the throw was like, okay, why do I keep smelling this burnt smell? So obviously the throw was doing quite well then because I could smell it. I was going through different candles because I tend to burn different candles at the same time. Sometimes I have wax going at the same time. I usually do. So, you know, when I start smelling something burnt or something off, sometimes it takes a little bit to figure out what it is. But I start getting into it right away. Let me see what's causing this so I can get rid of the culprit. It was this. So now that the scent has changed, there's really no saving this. There's no putting it under lamp. There's no putting it in my crock. I don't even know if this shape jar would even fit in my crock. My guess is not. I don't think I've ever tried it. But yeah, there's no saving it. I'm just going to let this go. I think I have one more in my collection. So, I mean, I don't really understand why it was getting that burnt smell because it's not dirty. The wax is not dirty at all. But I smell it and it's really permeating my open space area while I'm sitting here and I don't enjoy it. So it's going to go. But like I said, I have one more in my collection. So hopefully my last one turns out to be a good one. But it will be my last. Alrighty, let's move on to Bath & Body Works. I finished up a single wick of sugared Snickerdoodle. Let's see, scent notes on the bottom. They are warm spice, creamy vanilla, sugared musk, Okay, that note surprises me because I don't really get musk out of this. The warm spice, yes. The creamy vanilla, yes. Yeah, I really enjoyed this candle. And the crazy thing is, I don't expect a whole lot of single wicks. They don't throw necessarily well. It's only one wick. I don't expect that much. I tend to pick them up because you can get them free with your rewards. And I don't pick up a lot of wallflower plugs anymore. And a lot of them have been priced out of getting them free with your rewards. Bath & Body Works has also priced out a lot of body creams, which I do love and use a lot. A lot of them are priced higher than what the reward is worth now. So a lot of times this is it. This is what I'm getting. So because I feel like it's the most value for your buck. Because, I mean, you can get anything under $16.95, but like the wallflowers, you can get on sale for like $3. So don't really want to get a wallflower refill. I just feel like it's a waste of reward. So yeah, and some of the other things I could say the same about. So I get a single wick. If you put them under your candle lamp, a lot of times you can get quite a good fragrance out of them. But, you know, I use these in my open space, so I tend to burn multiple. But this one, I only did one. I did it in my kitchen. Every time I walked in that kitchen, I could smell this candle. Every time. I was really impressed with its scent and throw. This is a scent I've had before, so I enjoy it. It's just, like I said, it's a warm, spicy, kind of like a sugar cookie with a little bit of spice. A Snickerdoodle, so to speak. But I do think it's a bit more creamier than your usual Snickerdoodle. Yeah, I was really impressed. Love the design on the jar. Super cute. And it burned down well. I didn't have any problems with it. I didn't have any tumbling. It didn't soot. Yeah, I can't say anything bad about this candle. Absolutely not. Not that I get on here and I intend to say anything bad. It's just that in recent years, the candle burning just hasn't been as good as it used to be. But this one, she was perfect. Couldn't ask for better. So, like I said, label is so cute. But that is sugared Snickerdoodle. Wish we had a crystal ball and we could tell that candles were going to perform that way ahead of time. Because then I would know to purchase many. And then the ones that we would know that wasn't going to do as well, I would purchase less. Also from Bath & Body Works is Red Velvet Cupcake. Another pretty label. Really enjoy that label. And this would light up very nicely. Like you couldn't see the aspects of, the stars, but the label, you could see through it. So Red Velvet Cupcake is lush red cake, creamy frosting, and sweet vanilla. This is just a chocolate cake scent. And this one, I remember hearing reports about how light the throw on this was at the time that it was released, which was 2022. This one did great for me. I did have it kind of close by. Most of the time it was burned on my dining room table, which is about maybe from right here. The spot that I actually had it in was about 7-8 feet from me. But it did pretty well. I was pretty impressed with it. It did get dirty. Yeah, it's not too bad in the jar right now. I did clean it out a couple of times. So yeah, that cleaned up the wax a little bit. But for the most part, I was pretty happy with its performance. I would say the throw was about a 6.5 to a 7, which I was pretty happy with. Like I said, it was kind of close to me. So yeah, I didn't have to like stretch to smell it. But yeah, this is one. I think I have another in my collection, at least one more. I will say when it comes to Red Velvet Cupcake scents, I feel like Goose Creek is the winner in that department. I do think their Red Velvet, it might be called Cupcake as well. Their scent is better, it's stronger, and I like it better. But I did enjoy this. And by the way, speaking of Red Velvet Cupcake, I did just pick up, or I ordered, it hasn't come yet, I just ordered it, the new Red Velvet candle from Kringle Candle. They released 3 candles. They weren't advertised as Valentine collection, but they were kind of in that realm. They released 3, so if you're interested, check it out, kringlecandle.com. But the Red Velvet was the only one I really wanted. There was like a strawberry Prosecco, and I'm not really into those bubbly scents, although I do love me some strawberry. And a bittersweet, so like a chocolate candle. That one, I'm kind of interested in hearing about. So hopefully it doesn't sell out before I start hearing reviews come in on it. But that one sounded interesting. But the Red Velvet just sounded so good to me. Kind of a little bit sad. It didn't have a cream cheese note in it. But it did have an icing note. So I picked up 2. Because, sometimes with these releases, those candles sell out. So I wanted to make sure I had 2. And sometimes that comes back and bites me. Like it did with, I think it was called Peppermint Pop. Don't love that. And I picked up 2. So I'm going to destash the second, but most of the time it works out, so fingers crossed. But anyway, that's Red Velvet Cupcake. And then the last candle I finished up through Bath & Body Works was Hot Cocoa and Cream. And I did leave a little bit more of this one to the bottom. It really could have got another burn or so, but it was, yeah, the scent is almost gone because it was liquefied the last couple of times I burned it. So a lot of that scent oil has burned off. So it burned down pretty good for the most part. No sooting, pretty clean. The only problem I had with this one was I had to fight puny wicks a number of times. So I had to remove wax a few times. Yes, it had puny wick syndrome, but for the most part, I was pretty happy with it. I do love the label on this. This is just, let me read the scent notes. Decadent milk chocolate, fresh steamed milk, and mini marshmallows. Not sure what differentiates mini from normal size marshmallows, but this is just a staple in my collection. Most people know what this smells like. It does smell more of a powdery hot cocoa, but I love it. It's a good thrower, good performer. So I continue to buy this. I have multiples in my collection, and you'll see me talk about this over the years. So Hot Cocoa and Cream. Throw on this is about 7.5. It's pretty good. Now that we finished up with the candles, let's talk about the retail wax I got through this week. So we'll start with Yankee Candles Christmas Cookie. It's a 6-pack. This doesn't have the scent notes on it because Yankee doesn't put scent notes, but trust me, there's probably a million scent notes for a simple vanilla cookie fragrance. This smells amazing in the packaging. And it smells amazing when you're warming. Unfortunately, it's really light. So I really wish it was stronger because it is such a delicious, sweet, yummy vanilla cookie scent. Absolutely love it. It literally smells like the frosting is on these cookies. So good. I just wish it was stronger. I even took one of these cubes and warmed it in a very small space, and I still could barely smell it. What I did smell, delicious, but unfortunately not super strong. I do have the candle as well. I may have another pack of these, so if I do, I'll burn the candle at the same time, try to give it some extra oomph. But like I said, the scent is, it's so delicious. Just wish it was stronger. From Goose Creek, I warmed through Peppermint Clouds. This is just kind of in the realm of Bath & Body Works Peppermint Marshmallow. A little bit more pepperminty, whereas I feel like Bath & Body Works has a little bit more marshmallow in it. But you definitely do get like a marshmallow scent here. It's really nice. I really enjoy it, and I have multiples in my collection because I enjoy it. So it did pretty good in the throw department, I would say. And I had this going in a small room. I had all 6 cubes going. I would say probably a 6.5, 7. So a good medium. It's not going to knock you out for sure. And I would say you have to keep it contained in small spaces because I just don't think it's strong enough to do an open space. And then I have this going in my kitchen now because this is a favorite. This is Leaves Falling and Marshmallows Roasting. I love this scent so much. I don't know if you guys were lucky enough to grab any of the $5.99 candles at Goose Creek Markdown, but this scent was one of them. It took all of my inner strength not to go in and buy a ton of them because I love this scent so much. But I do have quite a few candles in this scent in my collection already, and I have quite a few wax melts. So, you know, some of these times I'm successful at reining myself back, and other times I fail. But, you know, we're all human. But I love this. It's just a really warm, ooey gooey marshmallow scent with that toastiness, that little bit of a smoky, little bit of a like a bonfire kind of scent, but not overly so. The marshmallow is definitely a star. And then you get just a little bit of that apple floating in there. So not a strong apple. It's just there. You can detect it. I love this. That's Leaves Falling and Marshmallow Roasting. And then from Kringle Candle, I warmed through Snowbird. And of course, I don't have the scent notes because they're not on the packaging. I really wish they would put scent notes on the packaging, but they have a lot of scent notes. Kringle and Yankee, they have a lot of scent notes. This is just like a really nice fresh scent. I felt like this was more kind of like a bathroom scent. I did do this in my kitchen. It wasn't super strong in my kitchen, so I think if I got it again, I would warm it in an even smaller space. But yeah, because my kitchen is sizable and it is open. I do have a bar area that kind of splits it, but it's still very, very open. And so, yeah, I just don't know if I did it in the right space. But there's like a little bit of citrus in this. It's more so fresh than anything. I think it has a little bit of like a tree note. It's a nice fresh scent, but not super strong. So that's Snowbird. And then from the Country Candle line from Kringle, I warmed through Cherry Crumble. I actually am working on the candle in my kitchen. Oh, this is so good. This is like the best smelling cherry bakery candle. It literally smells like this. Now, I will say cherry is the star, but this is a really nice cherry. It's not medicinal. It's very fruity, very sweet cherry. And you do get a little bit of that crisp vibe. Not overly. Cherry's definitely the star, but I really like this, and I'm really enjoying the candle. The candle's doing about a medium in my kitchen. The melts are a little bit higher in scent throw than the candle. This did pretty well in my kitchen, and at one point I teamed up the candle and the melts. So yeah, I really enjoy this. This is a scent I will continue to pick up as long as Kringle offers it. I'm sure many of you have heard that Kringle is going to be discontinuing the Country Candle line, but they did mention that they will be migrating some of the popular country candle scents over to the Kringle line. So I hope this makes the cut. I really do. I love it. Yeah, that's Cherry Crumble. Alrighty, guys, let's move right along to SCENTSY. I have 8 bars I got through this week. Pulled my iPad so I can pull the scent notes, so pardon any glare on my glasses. Actually, I think I'll take them off because I can read my iPad better if they're off anyway. So we will begin with Hazelnut Latte. This was a bar that was in my club, but I took it out because performance-wise, it's not the best. It's quite light. Scent-wise, I love it. So this is frothy steamed milk, toasted hazelnuts, espresso, vanilla, and a dusting of cinnamon. If it sounds heavenly, it really is. It's such a good, like a latte kind of vibe. It's sweet, it's caramely. Bit of spiciness from that cinnamon. I absolutely love it. It's just not a great performer. So I removed it from my club, unfortunately. I think I have another bar left in my collection, so you got to keep this one in really small spaces, and even then it's pretty light. But I do love the scent. If they reformulated this to be stronger, it would be a club contender for sure. Huckleberry Apple Pie. And this is apple, huckleberry, and vanilla. Interestingly, it does not say anything about pie in the notes or crust or anything like that. It's very strong in the apple. It kind of does have like an apple pie, like oil vibe. To me, an apple pie oil doesn't necessarily really smell like apple pie. I've smelled some that get close, but a lot of them smell like they lean more apple cider-like than anything. And I get that from this. And then I get a little bit of the huckleberry. It's there. I don't really detect vanilla. I get mostly that apple and huckleberry. That one was something I think I picked up during a flash sale. The throw was decent. It did fine in my bedroom. So if you have a chance to try it, it did okay that way. But I just think the scent is not something that I need again. I didn't like dislike it or anything. I enjoyed it for what it was worth. But I don't need more. Next up is Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas, Jack's Obsession. This is apple, clove, and cinnamon. This was the last bar I had from my club stash. And I do still have this in my club. So, I was debating, what am I going to do about this? Am I going to let it go? I can get this in vendor wax. Do I need it from SCENTSY? So, I warmed it. In fact, I put it in my warmers upstairs today. I love it too much. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Plus, I just kind of think it's kind of fun. And this clam is broken. People were talking about these broken clams. Yeah, see, like, that just came off. Yeah, I've been experiencing it as well. Usually, it's something up here will be cracked off. But this one kind of broke along the side. But yeah, I have been experiencing that as well. But I just think it's kind of fun, too, that you get different covers on this. Not that that has anything to do with your wax smelling. But, you know, that's part of my experience. The designs on candles, the designs on wax. It's part of my experience. It makes me happy. And I think this one's going to stay. Now, hopefully, SCENTSY will just bring it back. They really should make it part of the normal lineup in the fall. They really should. But, you know, just in case they don't, I'm probably going to keep this for now. And I do really love the color of the wax as well. So, again, part of the experience. But that's Jack's obsession. All that to say, it's going to stay in my club. I'm a mess, guys. I am a mess. I also warmed through a bar of Stroopwafel Delight. I picked up a number of these in some sort of sale that SCENTSY had. This is a Dutch treat made with creamy vanilla, melted butter, and cinnamon. This was fantastic. I love this. It was strong. I warmed it in my kitchen. I could smell it just fine. And my kitchen can be, yeah, my kitchen is a testament. Let me tell you, it's not always easy to warm out there. I usually have pretty decent performance from a candle that I have going out there most of the time. But wax melts, I struggle with in that kitchen area. And it's funny because I try to keep them contained back in the corner that's around this little wall section area with the bar. I try to keep them back in that corner, but you would think that when I walked in that corner, I would get a whiff of my wax every time, but that's just not the case. But this did fantastic. I really wish I had more. I do have more. I think I have a few more bars in my collection, but this is something I'd like SCENTSY to bring back. This was not something I could have put in my club once I started a club. It wasn't available. So, man, this was good. You really got that really nice waffle type of dessert scent. And I love scents like that. So that was fantastic. That's Stroopwafel Delight. Vanilla Barnwood. And I feel like the packaging is different on this. Because I feel like when I got this originally, the packaging was pink. The pink? Do you have Vanilla Barnwood in your collection? Is yours like beige or pink? Did it change color? Doesn't look like it did. I don't know, but I swear it's pink. So this is Barnwood Creamy Vanilla and Amber. I really do like this scent. This is a scent that I'm debating on whether I'm going to club it at the end of the season or not. I did have it in my club. It returned, which I was happy about. It's one of those scents where I just keep going back and forth. It's just such a nice, creamy, vanilla wood vibe, and I do really like scents like that. A lot of people say that they get Fruit Loops from this, and I can understand where they're coming from. I didn't get that in the beginning. Oh my gosh, I just got pure creamy wood, but and a little bit of a body care vibe for sure. It definitely has that body care vibe. But once people started saying it smelled like Fruit Loops, you know how it like gets into your head, and so like when you smell it, you're like, okay, yeah, I can kind of smell that. It's not like it's really gotten to my head so much that that's all I smell, but it's messing with me. Sometimes I really wish I didn't hear that. We YouTubers need to stop doing things like that, right? I know I'm guilty of the same. I don't know, guys. If you're going to club Vanilla Barnwood or you're not going to club it, please comment below what's your reasonings. It's a decent performer. I would say a good medium. It's a nice bedroom scent for sure. I don't know if I want it down in my open space. I'm not even sure if I could handle the open space, but I'm on the fence, guys. I'm on the fence whether it's going to go in or not because I'm trying to be really picky. And maybe that should just take that as a sign. If I'm on the fence, I shouldn't do it. But would I be really sad if I couldn't warm it again? I don't know. I don't know. I'm about to get back into my club. I've made some notes and I got to make some more cuts. And it's a vicious cycle. Anyway, that's Vanilla Barnwood. Speaking of club and the struggle, this is Vanilla Walnut. This was part of a Bring Back My Bar, and I think it was last year. The earlier Bring Back My Bar last year. This is Roasted Walnut and Vanilla Bean. This is so nice. It's not an overly strong performer. I mean, I can smell it. It's in the air. I can smell it. It's just absolutely delicious. Such a creamy nut vibe. And I kind of like having it in my club because I don't like a lot of nutty scents. But I do like pecan and I do like walnut. And I feel like walnut is not a nut that you find in a lot of scents. But again, I come back to that. Well, it's not overly strong, but I do smell it. I don't know. I think this one might get the cut just because I've got to make some decisions. But then I come back to that. But it's different. It's different than other stuff you have in your club. But then again, I really love that new gingerbread pecan waffle scent from, I was about to say Bath & Body Works, from SCENTSY. And I kind of feel like that could kind of be in the same scent realm. That's a nutty scent. I don't know. Again, guys, comment below. Do you have this in your club? If you don't, why did you decide not to, or why did you cut it? Yeah, let me know. Vanilla Walnut. Next up, we have Vanilla Waves. I bought a bunch of these. I think a 6-pack of these when they were like marked down to 60 cents. This is sea salt with vanilla and caramel. Yeah, this is pretty good. That's exactly what it smells like. You get the saltiness, you get the vanilla, of course, and you get that caramel. That's exactly what it smells like. It's a really nice scent. I did this in my bedroom. It was also about a medium in performance. Yeah, it's another really good one. I don't have this in my club, so I don't have to debate on whether or not I need to do anything with this, but I will enjoy the other bars I have in my collection. I do think when it comes to vanilla scent, I'm kind of leaning with Vanilla Amber as being my favorite. But I really do like Vanilla Bean Buttercream, so, you know. Alright, in the last bar, I've been kind of warming through stuff that's in the current catalog or stuff that's already in my club, and I need to make decisions on whether or not I need to club or whether or not I need to cut from club. So you'll start seeing a theme in some recent wax melts. This is Winterberry Apple Tea. And this is Winter Tea Cranberry Apple and Honey. I feel like this was such a popular scent. And I really do like it. But I really wish that tea note was even stronger. It's very equal amounts of tea, cranberry, apple, and honey. And I just don't, like, I like this. I really enjoy this scent. But I don't think I am in love with it as much as the masses are. So I've decided I'm not going to club this one. I didn't club it last year either, and it came back. And I do hope it comes back, because I will get more of it if it does, because I do enjoy the scent. Just not enough that, you know, I would be absolutely heartbroken if it went away. So that is Winterberry Apple Tea. I feel like I'm probably the only one that is going to say that. But if you are not, I don't want to say if you're not a huge fan of, but yeah, if you're not a huge fan, go ahead and comment below and let me know. But I am a fan of this. But if you're not planning on clubbing this, comment below. Let me know. Make me feel better. Alrighty, guys. So that'll wrap it up for the SCENTSY I got through. Let's get into the vendor wax. Alright, so I got a little bit here. Got a little bit. I did work the bulk of this week, so I'm actually shocked to have as much as I do here. I think a lot of it was some small pieces, so yeah. I don't know. Thought it was pretty light, but don't feel like I got through a ton. And there was some wax that did pretty well this week, so it got left in the warmers longer, so I didn't feel like I went through as much, but maybe I did. Alright, from Southbound, I warmed through Pecan Waffle Pound Cake. This was in one of Rachel's wax cakes. I feel like I have dog hair on my lip. So this is pumpkin pecan waffles blended with creamy vanilla pound cake of Domino Lane. Next to me in Jersey's at the opposite end of the couch on the blanket over there. This was good. It was a decent performer. It did well in my open space. I cut up the whole wax cake. I used the whole wax cake. I had it going in. It was a number of warmers, because a usual souffle I usually cut into 8 pieces, but hers are larger. I might have had 10 warmers going, which is fine because they produce heat, and it's been so cold here in the single digits, so I was fine with running them all. So I had probably 10 warmers going. Maybe a mixture of tea lights, warmers. Definitely had hot plates going. I don't tend to use SCENTSY warmers with my vendor wax unless they're ceramic or they perform really, really well in a glass bulb that I know it can handle the vendor wax. And yeah, I think it was mostly hot plates and tea lights. But this, it did well. It did a good medium, bordering, going on to that high note. This was just very pumpkin pecan waffle heavy. and a little bit of that vanilla pound cake. So I would say 75% pumpkin pecan waffles and 25% of the vanilla pound cake. I enjoyed it, but it's not anything that I feel like I need to go purposely looking out for again, but it was nice. From Teddy B's, I warmed through peppermint cookies and cashmere. And this is peppermint sugar cookies, sugar cookie dough, cashmere cream, and vanilla birch. This was poured on October 28th, 2023. It was nice and cured. This is a really pretty peppermint scent. Very body care-esque. Yeah, it's definitely like your perfumey peppermint vibe. I enjoyed it, but I find like a lot of Tiffany's blends are quite perfumey. And honestly, I should know. It says cashmere. And I do like cashmere blends, and I did like this. But it's just one I don't think I need again. But I do think I have another one in my collection, which I will enjoy. I will keep it and enjoy it. But don't feel like I need more. From Zeep, I warmed through, this is from the Peppermint Sampler. This is Jack Frost. And this is Sweet Peppermint, Mac Apple, Winter Snow, and Crisp Pines. This was nice. I really like apple and tree mixed together. I don't know if I was a huge fan of the peppermint in there, but I did like it. The apple was quite strong on this. This is very Mac Apple heavy, which Mac Apples blends tend to be. So take that for what it's worth. If you love Mac Apple, you'll probably love that. Zeep also, I did Abominable Snowman. This was 2 huge like gingerbread men shapes. This is Fluffy Cashmere, Fir Tree Forest, Applewood, and Icy Winter Air. This one was light. I had this going, both shaped at the same time. One under a candle lamp in a small bedroom upstairs, and another in my candle crock in the bedroom next door to it. It's such a nice scent. I really get a nice tree vibe. I get a little bit of applewood, but it's not heavy. And I get the cashmere, but it's not overly perfumey. It's a really pretty tree vibe, but it just wasn't overly strong. Now, I did pick this up. I got this in January of 2024. So it was obviously a leftover from the Christmas line. I assumed that year, the 2023 year. So I don't know, maybe it was just older and it wasn't giving off as much scent. But if it was stronger, I would get it again. But probably not so, because I just expected a lot more from it from those 2 big pieces underneath like a candle lamp and then a candle crock. I thought they should have done better. From Second and Spruce, I'm still working on my Christmas tree scoop. I talked about it in a previous video. So while working on that, I added this to it, which came with the scoop. This is Kettle Corn Garland. Wasn't sure how I was going to feel about this. This is Popped and Strong. That's all it says. And this was poured November 2023. Yeah, this one was a little light. I may have let that one sit too long. But I'm not overly crazy about kettle corn scents anyway, so not too unhappy about that. Also from Second and Spruce, I warmed through Strawberry Tree Cake Forest. This is from her most recent pre-order. This is Tree Cakes, Strawberry Pound Cake, and House Blend of Tree Oils. This was poured November 2024. I did enjoy this. She has a really nice strawberry pound cake. And really nice tree. It's a really sweet tree, but it could be sweet also because it has that cake and that strawberry pound cake. But it was a decent performer. It did a good medium in my open space. I did all 6 cubes, and I enjoyed it. I think I have another clam. Also from Second and Spruce, I did Lady Java. This was in some shapes. There was like a donut, and then there was like 2, I don't know. There was like a square, and I think like a nut shape. So this is Vanilla Latte, Creme Brulee, Sugar Cookies, and Salted Caramel Cold Foam. This was really nice. I enjoyed this. Oh, yeah. You do pick up that caramel note. And you know I can sometimes be funny with caramel. But this was great. I don't know that it smelled like a cold caramel. It smells, to my nose, more nutty and warm. But you get that sugar cookies and you get that latte scent. And a little bit of that creme brulee in the background. I enjoyed this. Throw, I would say, again, a good medium. So there's that Lady Java. Swanky. I've been working on some of my Swanky because the labels turn on these. The Rose Girls, it happens too. I guess it could happen with all of them that are white labels. They kind of get, it's funny because I stored them in bins, so it should be kind of airtight, but they're still turning yellow. Anyway, I worked on a number of Swanky. I think a lot of these came from like, maybe D-Stashes, maybe some came from like her bakery mystery bag. This is Apple Pumpkin Strudel, Marshmallow Fireside, Cider Lane, and Leaves. I don't remember how I got this, but it was like a rose shape. Yeah, this one, I really did pick up that Cider Lane and Leaves, and I kind of expected to because they are strong scent notes. So that one's not a favorite just because I'm not big on Cider Lane and Leaves. So I would not personally pick that up again, but if you do love Cider Lane and Leaves, I would say it did a medium. It actually did a little better than a medium in my bedroom. Cozy Mittens, Brown Sugar Praline, Eggnog, and Cream Cake. She's kind of like L3 where there's no punctuation, so sometimes you don't know where a scent note starts and where it ends. This one was really nice. I really enjoyed this. I'm not sure what's in Cozy Mittens, but I really picked up that brown sugar and praline note. And I liked it because I'm not always crazy about brown sugar, but I do like me a good praline note. And it definitely had a bakery vibe, so I assume that's coming from that cream cake. But it did well. I had this going in a candle crock in a smaller bedroom, and it did well. So that is something that I would entertain picking up again in the future. And then I warmed through Pink Powdered Strawberry Donuts. Did this under a candle lamp. So I stuck the wax in a candle jar, and I stuck it under my candle lamp upstairs in a, what I call my puzzle room. So it's probably, it is my smallest bedroom upstairs. I don't smell a ton in this bag, but under the lamp, it did fine. Again, a good medium. It smelled exactly like what it's called. It smelled literally like it was pink powdered strawberry donuts. It smelled like a strawberry donut. It had this pink smell to it. I can't explain it. My guess is it has pink sugar in it. Doesn't say that, but that's my guess. It just smelled like a nice donut scent. The strawberry wasn't too heavy, so I wouldn't be scared of that if you were thinking of trying it. So pink powdered strawberry donuts. From L3, I warmed through Mac Apple, Cotton Candy, Salty Sea Air, Driftwood, and Whipped Cream. This was a sample. I put this in a hot plate warmer in my small bedroom. This was nice. It was fresh. It was sweet. It was candy-ish. You got a little bit of that Mac Apple. Everything was blended really well together. I sometimes struggle to get a hard read on L3's samples. They're small and they don't throw overly well with the amount of wax that she gives you. So I think I liked it. It kind of smelled good to me. So I think I would pick it up in a larger piece and see what I thought. But yeah, there's that. I won't read all those scent notes again. There's a lot of them. And then from L3, I warmed through Painting the Roses Red. This is actually going on upstairs in 2 of my bedrooms right now. So I did the same thing like I did with the Zeep Abominable Snowman. I put one of, this is a pack of 2 bunts. I put 1 bunt in a candle crock in my small bedroom, 1 bunt in a candle jar under my candle lamp in the bedroom adjacent to it, my puzzle room. And this is scent notes of Rose Jam, which is a lush type, which I don't tend to like lush types. I will tell you that. Pink Sugar and Tea and Cakes. I really like this. I didn't think I would. I just love tea and cakes. That is an oil I really, really enjoy. And I feel like that's not the case for a lot of people, but I really like it. You do get that rose jam. But this is blended so nicely. The pink sugar is kind of just drifting in the background. It's not overly sweet. It's not overly pink sugar. It's not overly body care-esque, even though it is a lush type in a pink sugar. It's just a really, really nice, calming vibe. Relaxing. Oh, it just smells like a rose tea. It literally smells like something. See, I just said it doesn't smell like body care-esque, but it does kind of smell like something that you could relax in a bubble bath too, if that makes sense. I'm going to pick this up again. So that's Painting the Roses Red. I'm actually shocked how much I like that. But I will say, there was a scent that Bath & Body Works released in its aromatherapy line. It was either last year or the year before. That had rose, tangerine, and tea, and I loved it. This kind of gives me those vibes, minus the tangerine. That's giving me an idea for customs. It's giving me an idea. But yeah, I'm definitely going to pick that up again. I really enjoyed it. And then last from L3, I warmed through a scent cup, shot cup. I don't know what these are called. Blueberry pumpkin patch, which is Bath and Body Works type. Blueberries and cream, banana nutmeg bread pudding. I put this in a candle jar, put it in my candle crock in a small bedroom. I didn't love this. I love blueberry and I love banana. But I don't know. I didn't love that one. So I would not pick that up again. Can't really say why I didn't love it. My nose just was like, you know. You know how you get this, it's okay. I didn't hate it. I just didn't love it. Moving on to Britta's. I warmed through, I assume it's pronounced Prue, but forgive me if it's not. I'm not always familiar with some of these characters. So this is Don't Be Shy, which is a perfume. Blackberry and Marshmallow Balm. This was poured August of 2024. This was one of Britta's lighter scents. I could smell it. I definitely got it. And I get the blackberry the strongest. I do like her blackberry. I smell like a very fruity blackberry when I smell her blackberry. And I do get that perfume, which is a very sweet perfume. It's fruity. I don't really detect a lot of that marshmallow balm. But this one was definitely a lighter scent. I could smell it. It was going on in my open space, which I always do Britta's in my open space because her wax just booms. I could smell it. It just wasn't as strong as I usually get from Britta. So this is not really a favorite of mine just because it is kind of a perfumey scent. I know a lot of people do like those scents, but I'm not a huge fan of them. Every once in a while I find one, I'm like, oh my gosh, I really like this. So it does happen now and then, but you guys know me, I'm a bakery girl, but that's not one I need again. But if that sounds interesting to you, try it out. Jack's Cappuccino. This was in one of her witch shapes. That other one was a souffle. So this is spiced pumpkin latte, brown sugar, and whipped cream. This was really good. This is poured in January of 2024. This banged. I did do this one in my bedroom because it was a smaller shape. Although, honestly, this shape can handle my open space and her wax. Oh, it's such a creamy pumpkin spice latte first. And then you get that cappuccino vibe. Oh, man, it's good. You literally can smell that whipped cream on top of that pumpkin spice latte. And you get that brown sugar. Oh, man, it all melts so well together. It's a great coffee scent with pumpkin. So if that sounds up your alley, that was really good. I enjoyed that. This one's a favorite. This was a favorite. I did the souffle in my open space. This is Mad Hatter. I was just talking about tea and cakes, and this is tea and cakes. Tea and cakes, Danish butter cookies, and sweet and creamy. It's just simple, but it's so good. That tea and cakes oil, hers is just phenomenal. It's so strong. It's so relaxing. But at the same time, it's lick the air good. Oh, I love it. If you have a chance to try Mad Hatter and you like tea and cakes oil, if you don't like tea and cakes oil, you're not going to like this because this is hefty on the tea and cakes. But if you do like that oil, give this a try. It's fantastic. That is Mad Hatter. From the Pharmacist's Daughter, I warmed through a scent cup of Mastermind. This is lemon chiffon cake, raspberry brulee, wedding cake, and cupcakes at Tiffany's. This one was not a favorite. It leans heavy on the lemon chiffon cake, which is fine. But there is something about that mixture. I don't think I overly, and I know it's a popular blend to do, but I don't know how much I like lemon mixed with raspberry. Yeah, it's just not a favorite. It's just personal scent preference. It performed well. I had it going in my candle crock in a bedroom upstairs. I went all day, this little scent cup, but it's just not my personal preference. So that's Mastermind. Peppermint Vanilla Latte, also from the Pharmacist's Daughter. I did this in my bedroom last night. I'll probably turn those warmers back on again tonight. I mentioned warming something in my bedroom earlier. I have a number of warmers in my bedroom, so I don't use them all at the same time. So usually during the day, I'll do SCENTSY in my bedroom. So I've got SCENTSY going on, and that's going on in my SCENTSY warmers upstairs. And then at night, I'll turn on my vendor wax usually. And that's what I usually go up to when I go up to bed. and I smell that for the rest of the evening. And if it's strong and can make it till the next night, I'll turn this back on, but SCENTSY will go. And the same thing, if the SCENTSY's strong enough and can go the next day, I'll turn it back on. But that's usually why it may be like, oh, well, she just said she has this going on today. Well, that's why. This was going on last night. Maybe I didn't say that, but this was going on in my bedroom last night before I went up to bed. So this is vanilla latte, sugar cookies, and peppermint. This was fantastic. I loved it. It's a great peppermint latte scent. If you like peppermint latte scents, the Pharmacist's Daughter is known for her coffee blends. It's unparalleled, and that was fantastic. The peppermint was just nice and creamy. It wasn't too much. It blended. You got equal notes of creamy peppermint and a latte scent, like a coffee scent, and it was chef's kiss. Also from the Pharmacist's Daughter, I warmed through Buttermint Coconut Crack. And she recently had, or they recently had, a pre-order where you could put together your own blends. And I had requested this scent a number of times and I hadn't been poured. So that was a perfect opportunity for me to get this scent poured. And I did. So I'll be having a souffle of this coming any day now. It's on its way. I think it's scheduled to arrive Monday. So it'll be in my hands soon. So if that didn't tell you I already love this blend, yeah, I do. It's just a great buttermint, the coconut crack blend. It's like coconut cream pie and coconut shortbread cookies. It has like all this coconut in it. It's the most delicious coconut scent I've ever smelled, bakery-wise. It's fantastic. If you haven't tried coconut crack from the Pharmacist's Daughter, you need to. But with that buttermint added, it was just a creamy, delectable dessert. And I also did minty cupcakes. This is Buttermints and Cupcakes at Tiffany's. This was offered in a recent pre-order. And spoiler alert, I ordered it. I know. There were a number of blends in this pre-order that I do really love. So I did order. I did place an order. I do really like the Pharmacist's Daughter's wax. I really need to do a video with my top vendors. I've thought about this for some time. And I know immediately my very top ones, but then when I start to get right under them, oh, it gets hard. So I don't even know if I can do it. But this is really nice. I really enjoy this. This, again, is that wonderful buttermint oil. It's just like creamy, buttery mint. If you don't love peppermint, you may like buttermint. It's not toothpastey. It's not nasal clearing for sure. It's just a buttery mint. It's like those little mints that you get at a restaurant after you've had your dinner. They give you those buttery mints. That's what this smells like. And then you get that vanilla chocolatiness of the Cupcakes at Tiffany's. It's fantastic. I loved it. And obviously, as I said, I just went small. I ordered souffle. There were 2 cents I ordered in loaves because when it comes to the Pharmacist's Daughter, even though I'm trying to back off of ordering loaves, when it comes to the Pharmacist's Daughter, you do save money if you purchase loaves from them. So in that case, if I like a scent enough, I will buy the loaf because it's just a better buy economically. All right, from Lavender Speckles Scents, we have Donut Shop Impalo and Coconut Buttercream. This is Cinnamon Sugar Donuts, Palo Santo, Coconut Shortbread, and Vanilla Buttercream. This was nice. Oh, yeah. I really like that coconut in there. That's really nice. So her Donut Shop Impalo is a pretty popular blend. You get that Cinnamon Sugar Donuts in the Palo, which is part of that. And then this coconut shortbread just brings a whole new element to this. Just made this creamier and sweeter, more breadier. I just loved it. I just loved it in such a good way. And buttercream, I love her buttercream oil. So I really, really like that. I would definitely pick that up again. This was part of a sampler that I picked up in a D-stash, but I would definitely get that again. Strawberry Fluff Bread. This one took me by surprise. I didn't expect to love this. Strawberry pound cake, fluffy marshmallows, and zucchini bread. Not sure why, because all those scent notes sound right up my alley. I don't know if I was thinking in my head because of the title. It was a bready scent. But this was really good. So I just put this in 3 warmers in my bedroom. Actually, I think I did 4 because I did 2 whole pieces. You get 3 pieces in these samplers. I did 2 whole pieces, and then I took 1, cut it in half, and split it between 2 more warmers. She has a really nice zucchini bread. And first and foremost, you got the zucchini bread, but you got an equal dose of that strawberry pound cake. Yeah, I really enjoy this. This went on and on and on. I think I got at least 2 days out of this. I might have even taken it into a third day. Like I said, I do this in my warmers at night. So it would have went 5-6 hours at night and then 5-6 hours again the next night. And so I was pretty impressed with that. That's strawberry fluff bread. And then from the raspberry jam sampler, I did raspberry jam, raspberry custard, and French toast. This is exactly what it says. This is a really nice raspberry jam scent. I do really enjoy that raspberry custard oil. Very creamy, almost like the filling of a donut. So even though I'm kind of raspberry jammed out, I did enjoy that. It says raspberry jam, raspberry custard, and French toast. I do think that I would absolutely try another blend with that raspberry custard oil. That was nice. And then from Lavender Speckles, I did birchwood and buttercream. I did this one in my open space. I did the whole bag. So we have crisp birchwood pine blended with a sweet, decadent scent of buttercream. So this one I liked. It was very heavy on the tree. Woodsy tree. So definitely the wood, barky, pine barky vibe. A lot lighter on the buttercream. And I wanted more of the buttercream. And I understand that's a lighter oil, so it may not even be possible. And maybe I could have added some more buttercream to it. Maybe some SCENTSY's vanilla bean buttercream. I could have done that. I didn't think about it. And juiced it up a little bit. But yeah, that was a good one. It's just not something I need again. It's birchwood and buttercream. It did perform well though. Scoopable Wax Melts. I finished up a scoop in Christmas Eve in Cookie Land. This is a favorite. This is eggnog, roll, sugar cookie, monster cookie, marshmallow, smoothie, and donut holes. Rose Girls is very famous for their monster cookie and their donut hole blends. Oh, Cookie Land is so good. It's so good. It's so hard to explain, but it's the most delicious decadent bakery with that smooth kind of nutmeggy eggnog in there. Oh my gosh. I love it. It performs well. I'm able to do it in my open space. Really enjoy this, and I'll pick this up every year. Christmas Eve in Cookie Land. Scoopable Wax Melts, by the way, is now called Macaron Wax Melts. Also did We Go Together, and this was a sample. And this is Dark Kiss, which is Bath & Body Works type Blackberry and Palo Santo. This was nice. Very pretty. Dark Kiss is obviously a body care scent. It's a perfumey blend. Her blackberry leans a slightly body care-esque, but very nice. And that Palo just brought in a nice depth to that, so I enjoyed it. The Cake Whisperer. I've had this blend many, many times. This is buttercream, yellow cake, birthday cake, and cupcakes at Tiffany's. So the 3 cake notes make up her 3 cakes blend, and then buttercream. This is just a really, if you've never had 3 cakes, it's amazing. Really good, creamy, decadent. Such a good cake. So take her 3 cakes and you add a sweet, yummy buttercream frosting. Yeah, it's so good. I will say, I don't get the best performance out of this blend for some reason. It's not overly strong. I can warm 3 cakes on its own and it booms. This one tends to be a little bit lighter, and I don't know if it's because the buttercream lightens it up. I have no idea. But I can smell it and enough to enjoy it, and, you know, it'll be one that I continue to enjoy. And then I did blueberry cobbler, cream cheese frosting, ice cream scoop bread. This was in one of her ice cream scoop shapes. I think it came from her ice cream scoop bread sampler. This one I didn't love. I don't know why it is, because they're all scent notes I would normally enjoy. Blueberry cobbler, I love. Cream cheese frosting, I tend to like unless it gives me a sour note, which I never get from Kathy's or Rose Girls cream cheese frosting. Rose Girls being Kathy's mom. Ice cream scoop bread I'm fine with. And there were other samples, ice cream scoops in this sampler that I really did enjoy. So I don't know why I didn't love this one. I guess my notes just didn't like those 3 notes together. Doesn't make sense to me really, but yeah. Guess our nose is funny sometimes, so I would not pick that one up again, but thought I was gonna love it. Maybe it was blueberry cobbler, because I know I love blueberry muffin. Maybe I don't love blueberry cobbler. Rose Girls, I did Jumping on April Fresh Clouds. This was in a sample that Jenny included in a box. This is April Fresh was a downy type. Cotton candy frosting, cup of cake, monster cookie, marshmallows, and vanilla crunch donuts, which is her jumping on clouds part, I think. Oh my gosh, this was really nice. Very laundry-esque, of course. But then you had like all those bakery notes that just, it made it so it wasn't a harsh laundry vibe. It was creamy, it was sweet, it was fresh. It smelled like I had bakery on my clothes. I really enjoyed this. I would pick this up in the mini melters bag for sure. So I really appreciate that vendors include samples in their bags, because sometimes it works out, and this is one of those times. Because I wanted to pick this up on my own. So that's jumping on April Fresh Clouds. I had this going when I had that scoop going. I divided that scoop up into a couple of warms, and I divided this up too. It was a chunk muffin from Jenny. This was, again, Christmas Eve in Cookie Land. So I won't talk about it again, but they do both pour that. Like I said, mom and daughter. Also from Rose Girls, I warmed through a bag of donut hole Streuselkuchen. This was really delicious. Yeah. Her Streuselkuchen is like a, I think she describes it as a German coffee cake. I love coffee cake scents. And Rose Girls does it especially well. Like, I don't think I've met a Streuselkuchen vibe that they have done, or a blend that they have done that I haven't liked. This was just donuts added to that. It just elevated it. Not super, super strong, but it handled my open space just fine. So I was pretty happy with it. So, donut hole Streuselkuchen. And then last but not least, we have Harper James. So I warmed through Frostbite. This was her brownie bag, 6 pieces. This is white birch, cedarwood, peppermint, vanilla, and sugar cookie. This was a beautiful scent. Oh, yeah. The cedarwood is not too harsh in here. It was a really nice, I really enjoyed that white birch vibe. The peppermint is light. It's just a light note of peppermint in here. You get the vanilla heavy, you get the sugar cookie heavy, and then you get those tree notes. But it's not like fir needle tree. It's like tree bark. It was really nice, but unfortunately, it was quite light. I kind of had to search the room. I did this in my bedroom, all 6 pieces. Usually I can do 6 pieces of Harper James in my open space. So it's kind of light. I could smell it, but sometimes I had to go searching for it. So I don't know. It was poured October 2023. So maybe I'll try it again and warm it sooner, but there was that. I also did raspberry cupcakes. Case in point, I did these 6 pieces in my open space. This is raspberry jam, cream cheese frosting, and a cup of cake. This was poured also in November 2023. This performed like a champ. It was really good. I'm just kind of, you know, I've said this a million times, easing it on the raspberry scents. But I have some in my collection, so I'm trying to warm through them. So you'll hear me say that a million times, unfortunately. But if you think that those scent notes sound good to you, this was a great performer in my open space. Oh, this one's a favorite. This is probably my winner for the week. Every time I put this in my warmers, and I put this in my warmers a lot because I got through a loaf. This is pink peppermint cookies. Every time I put this in my warmers, it was just so good. So good. So this is very simple. Peppermint, pink sugar, and sugar cookie royale. Sometimes simple. It's just what it takes. It smells good in the bag, but it smells 10 times better in your warmers. Oh, her sugar cookie. Her sugar cookie is so good. I know we hear a lot of things about L3 Sugar Cookie Royale being really good. And it is. But I don't think Harper James gets enough credit for her sugar cookie oil. She puts it in a lot of blends. And man, it's good. Oh, yeah. It's just creamy, decadent sugar cookie with the sweet, almost body caress, but not overly so. It's more sweet than it is like a perfumey vibe with that pink sugar. But it definitely smells pink, if you know what I mean. And the peppermint, it was just an outstanding blend. It's so seamlessly blended. It was so pretty. It was a very pretty pink and white loaf. It had chunks in it. I enjoyed every single bit of it. I finished this up in my bedroom the other night. I did most of it in my open space. I took the last little bit up to my bedroom because I didn't have a ton of it left to do my open space. It performed fantastic. I will say it doesn't last an overly long time. So I would say performance-wise, man, it was right up there. 8 easily. did fantastic. And it would keep that for a couple of hours. So you'd go probably 3 hours in, it would keep up to that 8, but then it would really come down quickly. So it's not an overly long-lasting scent. You can still smell it, but it lightens up a lot. But it's worth it. It's totally worth it. So if you have a chance to try it, I highly recommend Pink Peppermint Cookies. Alrighty, time to pick favorites. Let's see. I'm sure you can hear that snoring. That's my Cavalier. You know, I watched Mr. Kong's mom's videos. I absolutely love her. Melanie here on YouTube. She's one of my first YouTubers I really got into. She does a lot of the candle reviews. And she does wax melts and, you know, home fragrance. And she does beauty too. I'm not as much into the beauty because, you know, I used to be at one time, but now I'm just like, let me just try to not wrinkle up so much. But I just, you know, I get up, I go to work, I got to get my work done. I just don't do all the makeup and all that stuff like I used to do. It's fine for her, whoever is into it. Fantastic. I don't know. The less money I spend on makeup, the more money I can spend on wax. Is that right? I don't know. But anyway, she always talks about her pug snoring, and I can hear him, little Alf. He's adorable. But man, I think Jersey could give him a run for his money. And her nose isn't even smushed, but she does have a very tiny muzzle. All right, favorites. L3 Waxy Wonders, Painting the Roses Red. If you had told me on cold that this was one I was going to put in my favorites this week, I've been like, you lying. Britta's Jack's Cappuccino. Really good, really good. I love her pumpkin spice latte oil. Mad Hatter, I think I've put this in my favorites before because I've melted it not too long ago. Favorite. Pharmacist Daughter, Peppermint Vanilla Latte. Every time you see coffee from the Pharmacist Daughter in my wax empties, I'm probably going to pick a favorite out of it because I just love her coffee scents. Buttermint Coconut Crack from the Pharmacist Daughter. Minty Cupcakes. Oh, such a good minty bakery vibe. If you like peppermint sugar cookies from Bath & Body Works, this doesn't smell like it, but it's in that vein. So good. And then it was a peppermint bakery week, apparently. Yeah, I picked a lot of peppermint blends. Again, if you had told me I'd be picking all these peppermint blends in my favorites a year ago, I've been like, you're crazy. You're lying. No, but the truth is in the pudding. Pink Peppermint Cookies from Harper James. That's my winner. This is my winner for the week. Yeah, my favorite. I loved it. So good. All right, guys. So that'll do it for my wax empties for the week. Comment below. Let me know what you've been getting into for the week. Let me know what your favorites are. I'm actually going to go downstairs, pull my laundry, and start pulling my basket for February. I just saw that Patricia Gates, whose wax challenge I follow. I'll post her channel below. I'll also post below Mr. Kong's mom since I mentioned her. She'll be posted below as well. Check her out if you don't know who she is already. Check them both out if you don't know who they are already, but you probably do because I feel like most people do. I have a lot of wax left in my January melting basket. I knew not to pull all that wax because I was going back to work. I was going to be at work a lot. I did get through a good amount of wax the first few days into January because there was snow and I worked from home. I might have worked from home most of that week. No, a couple of days, I think. I don't remember. That's like my phrase. I should trademark it. Anyway, all that to say, I have a lot of wax left in my January basket. So the first thing I'm going to do, I have a week left to go through some more wax, but I'm obviously not going to get through it all. So first thing I'm going to do is go through what I have left and see what matches some of the February prompts. And maybe doesn't match, but I'm going to keep it in there anyway. Yeah, February is a month where I'll probably get into some more like a floral scent here and there because of Valentine's Day. I'm not heavy into florals, but I do like it mixed with bakery and sometimes with fruit. I'll still be doing some winter scents for sure. It's kind of that mishmash month where you're kind of getting into the warmer scents a little bit, but more heavily still into the winter scents because it's still daggone cold out. March will be a lot like that too. So it'll be an interesting couple of months. And I haven't looked over Patricia's prompts yet. I glanced at them quickly last night before I went to bed. I think there were some kind of like scent prompts that are kind of leaning that way too. So I'll get heavy into it and decide what I'm going to pick and get that video filmed. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this content today. And if you did, I hope you will give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe, guys. I really appreciate when you subscribe. I love having you here. Love my subscribers. I love you all. And I will see you in the next video, guys. Have a great one. Bye-bye.